Hey everyone, and welcome to day number 4 of the 21 days of receiving. And if you are watching the replay, let me know in the comments below that you're watching the replay. And how's it going for you so far? If you haven't yet watched the other videos in the series, please go ahead and watch the videos. And if you have watched it, I'd love to know what is opening up for you. Like yesterday, during the Facebook Live, we spoke about having ease, receiving ease. And one of the things that I shared was that I was finding it difficult to book a ticket for my son for his holidays. And after doing that process, that little tool that we used yesterday, I woke up in the morning today and I still had that little bit, that energy of heaviness, of some kind of contraction. And so what I started to do was I just use the tool. I kind of asked the question for two, 3 times, and I let it go. And when I sat down to check out the tickets and prices and so on, I just, felt guided to go and do a Google search, and some random booking website opened up, and I opened up that website and I looked at the prices and the itineraries, and I found a ticket for 1/3 of the price that I had seen yesterday. And I was like, I don't think this is true. And then I checked it, I went through the entire thing, and it was that price. And I ended up booking his ticket at just 1/3 of the price that I saw yesterday. So, how does it get any better than this? So, here's the thing, one of the big energies that is part of receiving is ease. And when you actually ask for ease every single day, and when you start creating ease in your life with anything and everything that is going on in your life, you will be able to create these kind of miracles in your life. So if you haven't watched already yesterday's Facebook Live, go on to day 3 and watch it. And if you have watched it, I'd love to know if any of these amazing things have shown up for you, and let me know in the comments below. Just let me know what kind of ease is showing up for you, right? So, what is the tool for today? The tool for today is something that, a lot of people will find it really difficult. And my invitation to you is that even if it's really difficult, even if it really triggers you, I invite you to play with this tool. And honestly, if you play with this tool, you will be able to create a lot of things. Now, if you have any questions, if you would like me to talk about anything in these 21 days of receiving, let me know in the comments below, and I will be answering questions, and I will be sharing with you some of the tools that you can use to create change. Like, for example, someone asked me the other day, can you lower your barriers while you are driving? And it is absolutely brilliant. If you want to know what lowering your barriers is, just go to day 1 and watch it. And lowering your barriers and driving is absolutely brilliant. So I am one of those people whose favorite activity is not driving, and I will actually avoid driving as much as I can, and I'll have either my son drive me or my husband drive me or whatever. But one of the tools that really helped me in my driving was lowering my barriers. So every time I get in the car, I just lower my barriers, I expand out, and then I just start driving. and I've had a level of ease with driving which is phenomenal. I have this awareness of things, and I will be able to change my lanes. I will be able to anticipate what other drivers are going to do, and all kinds of fun things. And I used to be one of those really, really, really slow drivers, and now I can just drive almost till the limit, whatever the limit is, and it's total ease with me. Lower your barriers while driving, and let me know what shows up for you. If any of you have done it while driving, I'd also love to know what is your experience with that tool. Okay, so let's go on to the tool for today. So, I've interviewed Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness, on my telesummits many times. And in one of the interviews, Bhagya Lakshmi Murli, for those of you who know her, she's an amazing, amazing Access Consciousness facilitator. And she sent in this question, and the question was, Gary, what makes you such a brilliant facilitator? And when I asked Gary this question, his reply has actually changed my whole world. It has actually transformed how I look at things, and it's created huge, huge, huge change for me. And what Gary replied was that I never believe the stories that people tell me are true. Let me say this again. I never believe the stories that people tell me are true. Now, let's look at this, okay? Let's look at this, what Gary is saying here. So, if you have if you have something going on in your life which is bothering you, which is upsetting you, which is whatever, you have a story around it. It might be in your money situation, it might be in your relationship, it might be in any part of your life, okay? And you have a story, you have created a story around it, and that story, you have made it very, very real and true for you. You've made that story very real and true for you. So, once you make that story very real and true for you, can you actually receive anything that is not a part of that story? You cannot, because your thoughts create your reality, and your story are the thoughts you keep telling yourself about any topic over and over and over again. So let me share with you two examples illustrating this. So I was actually talking to I was actually facilitating this woman, and she was talking to me about her monetary reality, her financial reality. And she said, I'm not working right now. I'm on social benefit, and the social benefit that I'm getting is 700 euros. And I'm already in my overdraft of, I don't remember exactly, it must be like 40 or 80 euros. And I absolutely have no money to spend. And it was just the beginning of the month, right? And I looked at her and I said, everything that you've told me, can you see that that is a story that you are telling yourself over and over again, and none of it is actually true? And she looked at me and she said, I know what you're saying and all of that, but it is true. I just get 700 euros from the government, and I've already spent more than 700 euros. I'm already into my overdraft. So that is true. It is absolutely true. And she actually could not she could not look at it as a story at all. That was the truth for her, that was the reality for her. So if that is true for her, if that is the reality for her, can she receive more money? Can she receive anything apart from that reality? The only thing that she can receive there is that I've already spent my 700 euros, and anything more than this I'm going to spend is going to come from my overdraft. And in there, does she have any space for receiving any more money? Any more money, right? Does she have a space of receiving any more money? She does not have that space of receiving any more money, because her story is really, really, really true for her. So I said, stop, just stop, just stop. And here's the thing, you've come to me in order for me to facilitate you to look at a different reality, right? And you are arguing for your limitations. You are actually fighting with me to hold on to your limitations. And I said, how's that working for you? Like, are you able to create? Hey Kriti, hey Fizza, nice to have you guys live. And Kriti, I'm going to look at your thing and I'm just going to talk about it in just a moment. Hey, oh, it's hi from Melbourne. I guess it's a good time for you. Yeah, it's like 4 p.m. for me. It's a Friday and we might be going out. I'm actually going for a movie with my family today. And so I just wanted to do this Facebook Live a little bit earlier than that. So I asked her, are you actually, you're fighting for your limitations, and instead, if you were to actually see this as a story, and if you were to actually let go of this story, then I wonder what would be available to you. And she really found it very, very difficult to actually look at it as a story. Hey Stacy, hey Christine, good to have you all live here. Hey Shilpa, oh nice, I love all the everyone for joining us. Yeah, Fizza says this time is perfect for me. Yeah, but I guess I will be doing it a little bit later as well. So, after a lot of kind of invitation, she could then finally get to a point where she saw it as a story, where she saw that her story is that I only have 700 euros coming to me. And when she could see that that's not really true, I'm not really limited from the money that's coming to me from the government. I wonder what else is possible for me. And when she could let go of that story, then she could actually step into that space of possibilities, and she could actually step into that space of receiving, because this whole series is all about receiving, right? It's all about receiving. So I'm going to share one more story with you. And before I share that story, here's what I would like to invite you to, okay? Remember, I asked you to get a pen and paper with you. Then bring out your pen and paper. From whenever you join me, pardon me, I just have a bit of cough and cold going on. So just get your pen and paper every time you come and join me in this series. And on that pen and paper, I'd like you to write down one area of your life which you think is not changing. Okay, write down one area of your life which you think is not changing. And if you would like to add details to that area, feel free to go ahead and add details to that area as well. And then we'll play with it. Now let me share with you the other the other story that I have for you. Oh, and I wanted to read something, but I don't have my other phone with me. So, the other story is another client of mine, and this client had some stories to do with her birth family. And she had some really intense stuff going on, and she had some really heavy energies around that, which had been really bothering her for a really, really, really long time. And we did a session recently, and pretty much the whole session, all I did was I asked her to keep looking at what is the story that she had created, and then let go of that story. Yeah. And so she messaged me 2 days after the session, and she said, after that session, I have such a space of expansion, and none of those old things are bothering me anymore. And it's like a blank slate now, and I can just go ahead and create from that. Okay? So that is the tool for today. Identify the stories that you are functioning from. And we actually function from so many stories. Like everything is a story for us. Like for everything, you function from a story. And if you can catch yourself and go, oh, this is just a story, it's not real. It's not real. So look at that story that you've written down, look at that part of your life that you've written down, and just look at it and go, this is, what if this is not real? What if this is not real? What if this was just a story that I have bought into? What if this is not real? What if this is just a story that I have bought into? So, what story about this have I made very, very real for me? What if none of this was real? What if none of this was true? What if this is not real? What if this is just a story that I have bought into? And what if it is not real at all? So now look at that story, or look at that area of your life again. And is that story real for you now, or has something changed there? It's almost like, the solidity of things starts to vanish, and what you're able to perceive is that expansive energy. Hey Anna Marie, good to have you live. So you start to perceive that expansive energy, that you can actually, that you can just look at it and go, wow, I have so many possibilities here. So let me know in the comments if something has changed for you from this, changed lighter. Okay, fantastic. Kriti, do you still want me to talk about what you have commented below? And I'd like to actually answer this other question. Someone sent me, commented on one of the other videos. So I'm going to kind of answer this. I have a desire to create a business, so I left my job and did many courses. They are not so useful. Now I find access consciousness and it's useful. Now, my issue is between money and business. If I ask money, one part of me resisted because my goal is business. If I ask for business, again it resists. There is no money. How can I start business? I also have belief that money comes from only business, so I'm not able to allow the money flow. Okay, so isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? Because here's the thing, he's talking about money and business. So you're talking about money and you're talking about business, and you have created like a conflictual reality between money and business. Now, if you now is that a sane point of view, or is that an insane point of view? Isn't it absolutely insane? Because one of the byproducts of business is money, right? One of the byproducts of business is money, and he has Kriti, I don't get. I know someone who is doing this. What questions can we use? I don't get what you're asking. Can you just let me know there? So you have a conflictual reality going on between money, and you have a conflictual reality going on with business. And so if you cannot create your business and you cannot create money, you will actually end up creating neither. You will neither create money nor can you create business. So here's what it is. You just have stories. You have stories about money, you have stories going on about business. So that's what I would invite you to do. I would invite you to actually just write down what are all your stories about money and business. And if you look at it, this whole thing is just a story, right? And so look at it and go, what if this is not true? What if this is not real? And just keep asking that. What if this was not true? What if this is just a story that I have bought into? And just the fact that you start looking at it as a story, and you start looking at it as something that is not real. Like, look at it like this, right? You go and you watch a movie, and you might watch people murdering someone, or it could be like a movie about dinosaurs, like, say for example, Jurassic Park. When the movie ends, when you come out of the movie, you know that dinosaurs do not exist right now. That movie is not real. So you don't live your life from that. So, in the same way, the story that you have written down is not real. It is not real. And so, if you can just read it and just go, oh, none of this is real. And if none of this is real, then I wonder what else is possible for me now. Like I said in the beginning of today's Facebook Live, that this is one of the most difficult things for us to do. And if you can actually do this, if you can actually look at all the different things going on in your life and identify the story that you're living there, and just let go of that story, you will let go of everything, and you will be able to create whatever change you are asking for, and you will be able to receive everything, right? So all your stories about money and business are not real. All your stories about money are not real. All your stories about business are not real. And if none of it is real, what else is possible now? So I'm going to just look at Kriti's comment here. When people say, look where we have reached, we had nothing and we have so much, so we should not complain. Is it a way to limit you? So, my question to you, Kriti, is that when they say that, is that heavy for you? Okay, so if someone says something to you and it's really, really heavy, the question that you would ask is this a lie that I'm perceiving? Or the other question is this truth with a lie attached? Is this truth with a lie attached? Right? So, if someone is impelling a lie at you, impelling means pushing a lie at you, so, and it is mixed with a little bit of truth, you will still perceive it as heavy because you will have that awareness of the lie there. Okay, so just go ahead and just ask this question: truth, is this a lie? Number one, the first question. And then the second question is this truth with a lie attached? And if you get yes on a truth with a lie attached, then you can ask what part of it is true, what part of it is a lie, what part of it is true, and what part of it is a lie. So, for example, if you look at it, you can go, look where we have reached and we had nothing. Okay, it could be a way of acknowledging you as an infinite being. It could be like, oh wow, I have created so much, and what else is possible now, and what else can I create now? Or it could be people impelling you with this is them saying that okay, I've achieved so much and that's it, that's the end of what I would like to achieve. So what if you would like to guide that person? Kriti, number one, I have to ask you this question, and that question is, did that person ask you to guide them? Number one. Okay, so only, the thing about awareness is just for me, just for fun, never tell anyone. Just for me, just for fun, never tell anyone. Because here's the thing, if give something to a person that they are not asking for, they will return it to you with daggers attached, right? They will return it to you with daggers attached. If they are asking for it, if they ask for it, then you can give them awareness. You cannot say that this is the awareness I have and here, take the awareness. They will return it to you with daggers attached. Okay, Shilpa's question. I recently quit my job and I'm an artist now. However, my money flows has reduced. I'm also a facilitator who does bars classes. How can I up my receiving? Okay. So how many points of views do you have about receiving money as an artist? And how many points of views do you have about creating your bar's business? And what are the stories you have going on around there? Right? So whatever those stories are, they are actually creating your reality. So if you can look at those stories and you can let go of those stories, just go, this is not true. How many points of views do you have, starving artists in a garret, and I have to struggle hard before I succeed, and blah blah blah. All those points of views about artists, and they may not even be your points of views, but those could be points of views that you have actually bought into. right? So, what are your stories around that? So, write down those stories and then just go through each one of those and go, what if this is not true? What if this is not real? If this story were not true, what could I create here? What if this story were not true? What could I actualize here? And in my book, The Money Circle, I actually gave people this thing to do. If you would like to change your monetary reality, for the next 30 days, write down your money story. Write down your money story every single day. And every single day, just read it and let go of that story. Let go of everything that you have made real about that story. And then the next day, you write again your money story. And what you will notice is that your money story will start to change, like the nuances will be different, because if you've let go of some part of it, then something else which is hidden underneath that will come up, and those nuances will come up, and then you just ask, what if this story were not true? What if none of this was real? And just let go of that and do it for 30 days and start to see how things would like to transform around this. Fizza says, I would like to receive 4 committed, high paying clients every month. Do I need to lower my barriers or what to practice? Please let me know. So, Fizza, do you have a story about what is going to create more for you? So, like, you have a point of view that I will have, my money flows will come from 4 committed, high paying clients. And if you notice, all of those words, committed, high paying clients, are those actually labels that you have created, right? And those are all again a part of a story. So what if, you were to actually ask a question, what if you were to write down your story around that? Like, the reason why you're asking for 4 committed high paying clients, there's a story behind it. So when I have 4 committed high paying clients, then I won't have to, then I will have the money flows or whatever that may be, And the thing about all these stories, if you actually read it, you will find they are really insane. You will find that, all of those stories that you've created are absolutely totally insane. And you will want to actually laugh when you read those stories, And so just write down, what is your story behind all this? And what if you could let go of all these stories? And what if none of this is true? I wonder what I could create and what else is possible now. I had this awareness of how much we actually function from stories. I think last year I created this mini course called The Magic Story. I created this mini course called The Magic Story. And in this story, I actually guide you through how you can actually identify your stories and what are some of the tools that you can use to let go of the story. And this course is part of my membership program called Alchemy Accelerator. And you can actually join in the Alchemy Accelerator. You can get access to this course. There's also a course on which is called Clients-a-thon, and it is about creating your business, creating your clients, and so on. And that, what I like about that course is that you have strategies, like the things that you will actually go ahead and do in your business. And you also have the clearings, like what are some of the insane points of views that we function from that stop us from receiving clients. So both those things are available in that course called Clientsathon, and there are some 6 to 8 money courses. Like there is one that I really love, which is called Money-a-thon, and then there is that big course which is going on right now, which is called 100 Days of Money Beyond This Reality. And it's like I give you questions to uncover a lot of your insane points of views every single day and let it go. So if that is something that you would like to explore, come play with me in Alchemy Accelerator. And what is also available in Alchemy Accelerator is you get access to me. And every month you have 2 calls with me. And in these calls, I can actually facilitate you to create everything that you would like to create. Like one lady, in 1 month I did this call, and in this call, at the beginning of the call, I said, okay, what is the monetary reality that you would like to create for the next month? And so everyone came up with a target, and then we did the whole call. And there was this lady, she listened to the call and she messaged me the next month. She actually messaged me after 2 months, and she said, after listening to that call in that month, I actualized the amount of money that I was asking for. And I thought maybe that's a fluke. So the next month, she listened to the call again, and she created the same amount, she created again the amount that she had asked for. And so she's actually one of my regular clients, and she told me after 6-7 months, every month at the end of the previous month, I just sit down and I listen to your call, I make my money target for the next month, and I create that money there, right? So that is also the call you guys will get access to when you sign up for the Alchemy Accelerator. Now, Kriti, how do you know it is a question or it is a story? So, Kriti, if it's a story, it's heavy. When you write it, you will be heavy around it. It just will pull you down, right? And a question will never pull you down. A question will expand you. It is light, it is expansive. Could you give an example of what I could write in my money story? I don't have to give you an example of what I could write in my money story. So think about this, think about this, that, you're asking me to facilitate you. So, you have to send in your questions. So what would you write? Just write your questions, write it the way you would write your questions. And that is your money story. And that is the story. Those are all the points of views that you are functioning from. Those are all the points of views that you have made really, really real. And, you're living your life from them. So you can take each one of those and just go, what if this were not true? What if this were not true? And if I were not making this real, I wonder what that would be. So thank you everyone for hanging out with me. And if you think that this has been a contribution to you, please do share this, invite your friends and family to come play with us. And if you have any more questions, just post it in the comments and I will make sure to answer them in the next Facebook Live. Tomorrow I will be going live 3 hours after this, which will be like 8 a.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. London time, and 5 p.m. Europe time. And I will see you soon. Bye everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out with me here. Bye.